Hello, adventurers, and welcome to Everything Now Show's D&D campaign, The Legend of the Wild City. In this campaign, our players are on the search for a mythical lost city, guided by a mysterious coin-shaped key, which yields visions of the past and of possible destructive futures. Our heroes and their crew are traveling through the Cascade Seas, an ocean frontier ripe for exploration. Sailing on their ship, the Golden Rose, our heroes act through their characters as follows. Skipjack is an athletically capable, if dull-witted, elf male whose desire for adventure and heroism is overcome only by his intense but fleeting love for every woman he meets. Nomeo is a self-absorbed B-list movie star whose career has dwindled after the minor success of his films Nomeo 1 and 2. Perhaps he can find new fame from the discoveries that await him on this journey. Marta De Luca is an 85-year-old Italian woman whose husband was brutally murdered by the notorious pirate queen, the Lady Bluff. She has put her search for new love on hold until she can exact a bloody revenge on the woman who took her husband from her. Finally, the dwarf Bromst is a former bodyguard trained to be brutal and violent, but whose heart has pulled him away from his training to search for love and a family he can call his own. As long as he doesn't accidentally cut their heads off before they get a chance to really connect. Reinforced by a crew of 4, our heroes have already overcome many a trial, but they have a long way to go before they can find the fabled Wild City. Will they make it, or will the omens of destruction come to pass before they can unravel the mysteries of the seas? Find out here on The Legend of the Wild City. Previously on Legend of the Wild City. So far today, we've been fighting shadows in the night with creative means. So there's this character, Big Kyle, who our crew picked up from a tower guard who did not participate in the fight this evening and almost made things worse. He used to be a cop, but he quit to join this crew.
Big Kyle, go back under the deck.
Yeah, just go back to sleep, you
Go back to sleep.
worthless piece of shit.
He looks over to see Big Kyle crawl out of his cot. As he opens his personal storage chest, Daniel sees a slight glow, and Big Kyle pulls something out and puts it, looks like maybe around his neck or like in a shirt pocket.
I'm gonna say, hey, big Kyle, you look stressed. Skip's gonna approach from behind and go like he's gonna try and massage Big Kyle. I get it. Take it from my huge, strong, muscular elven hand.
Okay.
What is this?
Hey, that's
and then
mine.
he's gonna slap him in the face.
Was
We
that
just
another
heard
slap
a
down there?
slap. We just heard a slap. We just heard a slap down there.
I don't know, it was a gift.
I feel like we can't trust
Can
this
we-
guy. There's just too many secrets surrounding this crew member.
You inspect this thing, and almost immediately you recall like
the mermaid's
just
here?
just a piece of raw magic
Oh.
power. It just emits like a
Gotcha.
powerful magical energy. You guys give Big Kyle a couple more slaps, and then you all adjourn for the night. The destination you're approaching is this ghost island place, and you walk out on the deck, and as you're all like taking in the day, you hear the cry for help from the ocean. Yeah, I fell off the ship, please. You guys can tie me up, you can do whatever. I just want to get back to land, please. You throw a net to him and he grabs on, and as you pat him down and dry him off and begin to tie him up, you recognize his face. It's Big Kyle.
What?
And then, from below the deck, Big Kyle comes up and looks at Big Kyle.
Spider-Man pointing at Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And both of them cock their head and blink. And you all look to both Big Kyles.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's it for now.
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Wow.
That
What's up, everybody?
So cool.
Welcome. It's time to level up the show. Yeah.
We finally get to level up?
Oh no, I meant
Hell yeah.
level up the production.
Oh, god damn it.
Sorry.
Level up for the show, plus
I mean,
That'll come soon though.
Right.
plus 10 production value.
yeah, really.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
Your wisdom increased, your charisma increased. It's all going up, baby.
Hell yeah. So for those of you who are just joining us, hopefully that recap gave like a little bit of what's going to be relevant, but to also give you a verbal recap of like the important things to pay attention to, our crew has picked up this character, Big Kyle, who used to be a tower guard. He left to join this crew, but recently, last episode, our crew fished out somebody from the sea who is also Big Kyle. And so we don't know who the real Big Kyle is, and it's time for our heroes to figure this out. The other relevant thing that you'll have seen in the recap was that Big Kyle has this artifact called a mermaid's tear, though the Big Kyle that our crew has picked up has claimed to not know what this thing is. And for all intents and purposes, he is to be believed. You can't tell that he was lying last time, so he has said that he doesn't know what this is, but this thing has been somewhat relevant. So with that, I think we can just go ahead and launch into this episode if we dive right into it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Quick clarification, Nick. Did we take the mermaid's tear? Did we take the mermaid's tear from him?
Yeah, you guys have it. It doesn't matter which one of you has it. It is within the possession of like the four of you or the people on your side.
Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and do you guys have any other
Took it or not.
questions? Does chat have any questions? Does anybody have any questions that I
Hi,
can clear
chat.
up?
Hi, Saville.
I got a lot of questions for the second Big Kyle.
Yeah, I definitely have questions for both Big Kyles, I think.
Yeah, and I have
Okay,
questions for my heart
cool.
and maybe my mind, and also for both Big Kyles.
Oh, we all have those.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, let's just get into it. If Jake, could you hit the little red box to do this little verbal intro, and then I'll let you guys know when you can run loose. Sweet.
Red box mode activated.
The sea is calm and the wind is still in the morning sun as the four of you and your crew stand staring at the man you fished out of the waves. Sitting on the ground in front of you is an emaciated and worn down Big Kyle. Only a few feet away, however, stands a healthy and strong-looking Big Kyle. As the two stare at each other, the Big Kyle you pulled from the water points a finger and says, "You! When I fell in the water, when I fell in!" The Big Kyle you picked up from the tower stares in confusion. "What? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't understand what's going on." Just then, around both of the Big Kyle's mouths, you see a glimmer of light, and simultaneously, they both grasp at their face. And as they open their mouths to shout, no sound comes out. When this happens, Onfroy's eyes go wide. "Daniel, put these two in the brig, now! Everyone else, to the captain's quarters, with me!" Daniel obeys and leads both silent Big Kyles to the brig, while the rest of you join Onfroy in the captain's quarters. Upon entering, Onfroy locks the door and looks to all of you ominously. "I have heard rumors of this. Ghosts taking the shapes of men, living entire lives without anyone ever knowing, luring unsuspecting sailors like ourselves to isolated islands and devouring them. It seems that one of our Big Kyles is an imposter. Furthermore, whoever the imposter is has cast a spell of silence so as not to allow the real Big Kyle to speak. The imposter will also have all of Big Kyle's memories." Alexander, pondering the weight of this conundrum, suddenly perks up as he pulls a stack of files from a drawer. "We stole this from the Lady Bluff's study. It is a collection of notes and information on her fleet. Perhaps we can find some valuable information on the real Big Kyle in here. Unfortunately, it is enchanted, meaning we cannot simply read it. We will have to ask for specific keywords and information, and if there is something relevant, the data will reveal itself." Alexander then pulls a small writing tablet from another drawer. "They cannot speak, but with this, perhaps we can gain answers to simple questions." Onfroy and Alexander look expectantly to the four of you, wondering what ideas you may have to begin unraveling this puzzle of identity. You can go ahead and take the box away, and it's all yours.
Sadville brings up a good point. Which Kyle is bigger?
I would like to, which Kyle is the bigger, for he is the truest Kyle.
Right now, the Big Kyle you picked up is technically bigger because the other Big Kyle has presumably been in the water and looks very hungry. But like height-wise, they're both the same.
So if the ghost Big Kyle, if the spectral Kyle, as it were, has all of the memories of other Big Kyle. We can't simply be like, what is something only Kyle would know?
Right.
This is correct. Alexander, well, actually, I'll let you guys take a few more stabs before I give you clues. Chat, if you have any ideas, feel free. This is a cooperative effort.
Why are
Tiny
we
cage
assuming
brings me to
only
point.
one of them is the imposter, and why are we assuming one of them cast the silence spell? Couldn't it be someone else on the boat? Ooh.
I guess technically, although our god in the corner did tell us that one has cast a spell over the other.
It is pretty clear it's one of the big Kyles, but good.
Ooh! Can one of the Big Kyles only tell the truth and the other
I was
only
thinking
tells
about
lies?
Interesting.
Does one Kyle only
Never
tell
heard
the
that
truth
before.
and one only tells lies?
No, they both presumably just say the things that they want.
Like I'm big.
What could be the possible motivations for the imposter, Kyle? Maybe we can suss it out that way.
Unfroy
Yeah.
speaks up and he says, like I said, one of the things that happens is they lure unsuspecting sailors to isolated places to devour them. So, perhaps
Nothing
one of
personal.
the big Kyles.
We picked up the one in the water and he wanted to come aboard, but the
And he's
one
hungry.
he's hungry. And the one that we picked up from the Lady Bluff, he simply wanted to join our sense of adventure. He didn't choose the island we're going to. I think we did.
What if we greased up Marta to look like a big juicy turkey or something on a plate with some leafy greens as bait to see if the crew member eating Big Kyle tries to eat her.
And how will that prove that that's the real Big Kyle?
Because the imposter Kyle
That'll reveal itself
is
in
hungry
time.
for human flesh.
A ghost can't be horny.
But if I'm looking if I'm getting basted, I mean anybody's gonna want a piece. So I wouldn't be surprised if you guys try taking a bite as well.
This is
It's
true.
true, I
I
wouldn't
think I
be able
could
to hold
not resist
myself
myself.
That would be
The normal.
impossible.
Do we have a Ouija
Kyle
board?
Eat somebody, right?
Do we have a
I-
Ouija board?
No Ouija board. I think I can't tell what your name is in the chat. My box is too small, but just a taste I think brings up a good
Just a
thought.
tiny taste.
Just a
Just a tiny taste.
Yeah.
Tiny.
Yeah, first, just a tiny taste pointed out. First off, we need to separate these Kyles. They can't be allowed to know each other's answer to the questions.
That's good.
I think that's a good
Ooh,
thought.
we could start with a round of
terrible.
questioning. Because, I mean, we picked up the one Big Kyle from the Lady Bluff, and this one's been floating at sea, so maybe they won't know all the motivations for joining us.
Good thought. Yeah,
That's
so
good.
I'll
I'd
also
like to
say
Okay.
this little thing that you guys see in the bottom corner, the tower guard notes. So my suggestion would be to start with some questions, maybe something that you either know about Big Kyle already, or that you've a question you've asked the Big Kyle that you have so far. Maybe ask the new Big Kyle the same question, and then depending on what they answer, you can see if there's anything relevant in the notes.
Okay. So what do we
and
know
if
about
you guys-
Big Kyle?
Yeah, if you need a hint, ask Alexander. He can help you.
Okay.
Okay.
He's got a buddy who's still guard.
Yeah, who
What
was
was
his
her
best
name?
friend's name?
Boyce. Yes, Big Kyle's best
Boyce.
friend's name was Boyce.
Yes.
Name.
Boyce.
Boyce. He's not that big, and he's kind of self-conscious about his size.
That's true. He's not that big.
Yes.
Please disregard this test alert.
I didn't.
Oh. And we got a little
made
bit of a
a
kappa.
sound.
I heard high
And sound alerts aren't working,
What else
so
do we know
that
about Big
is-
Kyle? He betrayed his best friend to come with us.
He worked for the Lady
yeah.
Bluff.
He worked for Lady Bluff. He was a cop.
He was a cop.
These are all good starting points. You could also see if there's, from what you know already, if there's anything relevant in the notes from those
Why don't
little
we
things
kill
you just
them
listed
both?
off.
I mean, I don't really see
The point of keeping them
I
around?
don't really see
Yeah,
Big Kyle wasn't that
Is-
useful in the beginning.
Yeah, let's
so-
see who cares less about their life. That might be the ghost.
Yeah, even if we just run to kill them, we'll probably get some information.
Okay, let's use all this to our
If
advantage.
you're trying to
Great.
kill them, Ghost Kyle won't care. Probably.
Yeah.
You could go.
Battle
You can go
scars,
ahead and
that's a good
try.
point.
Ooh,
See if
did
they're
he get
attached
hurt
to their
during
life.
any of the battles? I don't think so.
No,
Mm.
another good point for why we don't need Kyle is he doesn't even. fight
Doesn't
in the
even
battle.
help.
He was asleep the whole time when we were
That's right.
fighting
He's
King
sleeping down
Cruel.
below.
All right. Should we question them one at a time?
Yeah, let's separate
Let's
them.
take Wet Kyle first.
Wet Kyle first.
Okay. Cool. So I guess it doesn't really matter how you separate them, but let's say you bring Wet Kyle into the captain's quarters and hand him this small writing tablet, and you can get like small phrases. It's for the purpose of the puzzle. I'm not going to give you like extensive paragraphs. It'll be like one-word phrases or short sentence answers.
Okay.
So Wet Kyle walks into the captain's quarters and looks kind of nervous to all of you, unsure of what's happening. Tries to speak and can't, and then takes a seat, looking expectantly.
I would definitely like to put off an intimidating aura. So should I roll intimidation or
Sure.
just keep
Yeah.
going?
I'm not gonna give you like I won't. So you can't do things like, oh, I'm gonna roll to see if he's lying, because it'll
no.
kind of. But you can try and
I just want to
intimidate him.
be
Sure.
I just want to be intimidating when they walk in the room.
Okay. Let's
Okay.
see how intimidating you can be.
I have an 18 plus 2. I am 20 intimidating.
All right. He is fucking intimidated.
I'm gonna have the pistol I stole off the Lady Bluff, and I'm just gonna be like twirling it, and then kind of like Val Kilmer in the Wyatt Earp movie. Why can't I remember? But no, not Butch Cassidy. Can anyone help me?
Rocky said
Isn't that
Tombstone?
Tombstone. Yes. Okay. So when he's flipping around the gin cup, but I want to be doing that with the gun, and then I catch it every once in a while, and I point it at him, but I'm like flipping it around.
Okay, Big Kyle, Wet Kyle is very intimidated by this and thinks that there's a chance that you might just blow his head off right then and there.
We're gonna kill you, Wet Kyle.
Yeah.
I mean, this gun, I'm clearly very good. My aim is precise, and I do have intent to kill.
He kind of signals to like write something, and he writes down just, please don't. I'm the real one.
Sadville PM brought up a good
Pretty
point.
good.
If Kyle is trying to speak, that implies that he didn't make it so that he can't speak. Unless he's fake trying.
Huh.
The Yomi levels to it.
And we also got a book. We got this enchanted book, right?
We
That
do
we-
have
yeah,
enchanted
yeah.
text.
So
And we
you'll
can't
have
read
to.
it.
No, the way that it works is, for example, if you wanted to know, I don't want to give any of the notes quite yet, but like, if you wanted to like ask, for example, the notes like, how did Big Kyle get big? If there was something relevant, it might be like, oh, he spent a lot of time in the gym, or, so something like that, or like, yeah. Let me know when you guys, if you need a clue, and I'll throw you a clue.
No, we got it. Big Kyle, what's
Cool.
the worst thing that you've ever done?
Wet Kyle like looks around and he writes down I failed my partner Boyce when I fell off the ship.
Partner.
And then he farted. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, epileptic fish.
Yes,
Naughty
thank you
boy.
for the reminder, epileptic fish.
That he made a big toot.
What, Kyle? What's your favorite thing about all of us?
He writes down that you believe me? Question mark.
Pretty clever. You
Bad
fucking got
answer.
it. This one.
Yeah, and I'm thinking we're gonna kill this Wet
Maybe
Kyle.
we shoot him in the foot and see if that changes his answer a little bit.
You want me to?
I think,
Intimidating
that
shot.
won't kill him, but
Okay.
maybe that will prove that he should be taking this seriously.
Great, I shoot him in the foot.
Okay. You shoot him in the foot, and he like moves to scream very loudly but can't, and looks down at just this hole in his foot now bleeding, and like,
Do ghosts?
why?
Do ghosts bleed? I guess that's something we'll have to look out for the next one.
Maybe we should
Let's-
shoot the other Kyle. in the
Yeah.
foot and see what happens
Do you want me to
him.
go shoot the other
Yeah,
Kyle
let's go
really
over and
quick?
shoot the other Kyle in the foot right now.
Okay. I'll be right back.
All right.
So I'm gonna go to where the other Kyle's hanging out.
Okay. The other Kyle is still in the brig, sitting there looking very, just kind of like perturbed and confused.
Hey, stand up!
He reluctantly stands up.
I shoot him in the foot.
Okay, he reacts pretty much exactly the same way. He like lets out a scream that's inaudible and looks down at his foot, now bleeding with a hole in it.
Damn it!
And just
Okay,
kind of
so-
like, what the fuck?
I'll
No, they
be
both-
Jack, what
I'll be
happened?
back, and then
Skip that. What happened?
Go.
they both are bleeding. They both are bleeding.
So we saw nothing.
So, ghost can bleed.
Ghosts can
Confirmed.
bleed.
Confirmed.
Mythbusters confirmed ghost can bleed.
Okay.
Why didn't Mythbusters just shoot more things to get myths confirmed faster?
I don't know, but they did have the episode with the can playing cards be deadly, and I do think about that a lot.
Yes.
I like the chicken gun one personally.
Also a good one.
Sure.
Very good.
Okay.
Chicken gun.
He busted 40 minutes with a gun.
Dude, that would be
Just
good
a tiny
sound alert.
taste is recommending that we ask Kyle about
thanks for the
voice more.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to match up the timelines of when. So we've had Big Kyle
Yeah.
since
We
Yeah,
love it.
ask me anything you want as well.
that. We've had Big
Amen.
Kyle since we left that like compound.
Yes. Lady Bluffs.
Our Big
Lady
Kyle,
Bluffs
dry
compound.
Big Kyle,
Yes.
Yes,
Dry
dry
Kyle.
Kyle.
and Wet Kyle.
Kyle.
We just met last episode. So I guess is there?
Oh, we should ask him what happened to the ship. Like why he's overboard.
That's good.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna ask that to Wet Kyle.
Yeah, ask that. We're gonna ask that.
Okay. Wet Kyle writes down, I fell off the ship while cleaning it.
Stupid answer.
While cleaning it.
Well, cleaning?
What were you
Big
doing?
Kyle
Yes.
has hey, Dry Kyle has never cleaned a single thing on this boat.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
Why we love him.
Suspicious. But maybe that's because
He's a ghost.
yeah, that could be.
But he can bleed. If you can bleed, you can clean.
That's,
If you
that
got
is
time
the
to
thing
bleed,
people
you got
say.
time to clean.
Yeah.
We all know that.
We all know that. Our dads have been saying that for years.
Wet Kyle kind of hears you like second guessing all of this, and after writing "I fell off while cleaning on the ship," he says, "I see the notes. Check the notes. It's my duty. It was my duty on the ship."
Okay, check the notes.
Oh.
Okay, so specifically, do you want to which?
Oh, so this
Which
is
part
kinda
of that
like
phrase?
This is kind
Yeah.
of like a diary that we like have to ask a specific question to, and the answer will appear.
Yeah. That's
Harry
the idea.
Potter style.
Okay.
Alright, Wet Kyle's diary. What was his duty on the ship?
Okay. If you could hit Nomi, if you could hit note 4 for me.
Note 4. Oh, okay. So I have this set up, I think, where I think we can only see note 4 if we see the previous 3 notes.
Oh, really? Okay.
We can
Uh,
we can not look.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just tell you then. Note 4 is it is his duty to clean the ship en route. So when they are traveling between places, it is Big Kyle's duty to clean the ship. And then I should also say, actually, let me make sure that this is right. Let me check my note 4. So specifically, okay. So it specifically says Big Kyle cleans the ship in 2 hours, and he starts 9 a.m. every morning.
Okay. He starts at 9, that means he finishes at 11 if it takes him 2 hours.
Why would it? What if it's an all day thing? If he
No,
actually
it says he
is-
cleans it in 2 hours. It's
Oh,
a 2-hour
okay,
clean.
I missed that.
Yeah.
We could try to like
Pinpoint
match up
time?
the timeline, like
Yeah.
see if it remembers what time.
Did we pick him up at night? I thought.
I felt like it was later in the
Uh,
day.
So you picked him up in the morning, like just after dawn. But presumably he's been in the water, like surviving in the ocean for a few days now.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Oh, we could ask him how many days he's been at sea, because it's like humans can only survive like what, 3 days without water?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How's your journal not wet?
Well, the journal is the notes that you guys have.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait,
It's
so
like
where did
Lady
this
Bluff
book come from?
note.
Why do we have the?
Yeah,
oh,
so-
it's the one we stole from the Lady Bluff.
Oh.
You took like a stack of files, and this is like just a bunch of notes on her fleet. So you have flipped to the Big Kyle page, and are
Right.
referencing her notes on Big Kyle.
Got it. So, this is when we stole it from the Lady Bluffs. Does it update as he goes? How does it know what his job was on the boat? Was this on Lady Bluff's boat?
Yeah,
Who's the captain
yeah.
of the ship he was on? Oh, okay.
It was Lady Bluff. Yes, the pirate
Gotcha.
queen.
Mm-hmm.
Alexander.
Can we go ask regular
go ahead.
Kyle why he hasn't cleaned for us if his job was to clean?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're all gonna
Alright.
trump
So I'll go
downstairs.
over to
You walk over to the
drag
brig.
Kyle.
You give him the writing tablet, and you ask him this question, and he kind of like looks a little surprised and shrugs his shoulders and writes down something to the effect of like, "I didn't realize it was required," or like, you didn't make that my duty."
This ship is
we
filthy. This
all
ship is
pitch
filthy, and you didn't automatically take it to task to clean the ship.
I'm sorry. I'll do better next time.
If there is a next
Alright,
time.
cut the
That's
attitude,
like me.
young man.
That's like me being a professional boat repairman, and if the boat has a hole in it, I'm just like, oh, looking around. I wonder if someone will assign me the job of fixing the boat. It's like, no,
From
you
9
just
to
step
11.
up and you
Oh,
fix it if you're an expert
there's
on
a
boat
hole
fixing.
in the boat. No one told me.
I
Like,
left the Lady Bluff and my duties. Give me a break.
And your best friend.
Shoot him in the other foot.
You say
Should we expect
No, wait,
you
this
say
is
that,
not
and
real
it seems to pain him a
to be a
little bit.
lazy piece of shit or as a or responsible person? I feel like the ghost
What was-
might be
what was
trying
that,
to pull
Brahms?
apart. Should we expect like real Big Kyle to be a lazy piece of shit, or are we expecting him to be someone who does follow up with his responsibilities?
Mm.
I don't know, because he did ditch his post to join us, but we
Yeah.
were super persuasive.
Yeah, we were.
But he did join us and give up his best friend pretty easily, considering.
That is true.
Which makes me suspicious that this is not the real Big Kyle, because he kind of just hopped on our ship and betrayed his whole entire life pretty quick.
Pretty quick. Should we
Pretty
do? Should we
quick to
question
do
about
that.
the mermaids tier? Like, be like, what is this? Because
He didn't know what it was, right?
the
Or
one
I
on
forget
our
what
ship
happened.
didn't.
Right. Okay.
We could ask the other big
Yeah,
Kyle.
we
Yeah.
asked that Kyle about yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Okay.
clean up this blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, clean
While we
it
go
up.
talk
Yeah.
to the wet guy.
That's your duty now. Your duty is to clean up this blood now.
Give him a rag, and he
Dumbass.
like look back. Okay, so what's your next action?
I guess ask Wet Kyle about the mermaids tier.
Okay. You go back to the captain's quarters, and you do you like present it to him, or do you like want to kind of lead him to it? Like, do you want to show it to him and like ask, do you know what this is, or do you want to like ask like, hey, did you get a gift from Boyce, or like, how do
feel
you want to
like
ask the question?
covert-
Yeah, we should be coy about it in case
Covert.
he doesn't
Okay.
know about it, and
Yeah.
he shouldn't.
Okay.
Yes.
Did,
All right.
like
yeah,
offhanded, like did your best friend ever give you like a very important present? Or,
Yeah, I
like-
feel like that's pretty
Yeah.
vague.
Okay. Yeah, you ask this Big Kyle if Boyce ever gave him a gift, and Wet Kyle looks down and writes, and he says, yes, the mermaid's tier.
Whoa!
Okay, so this Kyle knows about it,
All right, we've got our first difference.
and the the other Kyle does not know about the mermaids.
I think Dry Kyle's the bad
the
Kyle.
ghost.
The not Kyle.
Because he doesn't know about the tier?
And he didn't do his duty. He gave up his whole best friend and his job to come join us pretty easily. It's pretty damning.
Oh yeah, that's a great point. Just a tiny taste. Let's ask this Kyle what the mermaid's tier is, because we
Not a
didn't
bad
know.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's ask. We're gonna ask Wet Kyle
Okay.
about the mermaid's tier.
He writes down a very powerful magical artifact.
That does what?
Okay.
We know that. we can see that it's
I can
glowing.
do an
and
Arcana check. I would like
fucking
to know what
God.
it does.
He like all right, calm down, and writes out again. Let's see, what does he write? He writes it's raw magic used in crafting.
Okay.
So it doesn't really do anything on its own. It's like it's like an ingredient in some sort of
Like
item
if you
that we
were
can
making a
craft later.
stew, this would be the olive oil.
Dry
that
or Wet
holds
Kyle
it
is
together.
nodding. Yes.
Okay.
Um.
So
He
what
knows about olive
do we
oil.
have to combine this with, Wet Kyle, to make it do something? Okay.
Anything?
Well, you're a lot of help.
Okay. Sadville brings up a good point. You should try to figure out if one of the Kyles wants you to go to a weird island. So, like, say if you were to join our crew, you're the real Kyle. Where would you want to head next on this adventure?
Wherever the nearest land is.
Okay.
Why?
What? Yeah.
Because I've been
He knows
stranded at
it's the
sea
nearest
for
land.
3 days.
That's a good point.
We got
Yeah, we got food
we got
and
food
water.
and stuff
Yeah.
here.
He doesn't look satisfied by that answer. He just writes down again, I just want to get back to land. The
Yeah,
nearest
well,
land.
Beggars choosers, buddy.
What if land is like
Pardon
just a
the
pile
fuck out
of
of
rocks
us.
in the middle of the ocean?
What if land is what you make of it? I mean, this is a deck that we can stand on, made of trees. Those are part of Earth.
Yeah, you ever think about that, Wet Kyle?
Wet Kyle's not really into this whole meta argument about land you're giving.
Fair enough.
You get the sense that he just really is tired of being at sea and wants to be back on the land.
Okay. Should we go ask Big Kyle the same question about land?
About the land or about the tier?
Well, Dry Kyle didn't know anything about the tier when we asked him
Should we
earlier.
go ask him again?
Sure.
Let's go.
Just to
ask
be
him
sure.
again.
Ask him the same questions?
Yeah.
We could ask him why the other Kyle might know about this tier.
Okay. I like this Scooby-Doo of us running up and down stairs to ask questions.
Alright,
Big
yeah, what
Dry
do you wanna
Kyle.
ask?
So we just had an interesting conversation with Wet Kyle, and he seems to know all about this magic. What kind of tier is it?
Just say
Mermaid.
magic
Mermaid's
artifact.
This magic artifact.
Magic artifact.
So,
Magic
do you
cringy.
want to amend your story a little bit?
I do have a gun and you have another foot.
Big Kyle looks kind of like he's been caught in something. And he writes down, okay, I lied. I was trained to.
Alright, let's go, this guy.
Should I shoot him in the other
Let's
foot?
shoot him in the face.
You like hold up the gun and he like frantically scribbles, like, wait, check the notes.
I'd kill this guy.
What? Check the notes on what?
I think he was the real one.
If he
I think
knows
he's
He
the
was
real
trained to lie.
Oh, if he was
He
trained
was
to lie.
trained to lie.
So this
Okay.
is one of those only one of us can lie situations.
Ooh.
All right. Let's consult the enchanted Bible.
What should we ask him, Kyle?
If he was trained to lie.
Oh, if he was
Okay.
trained to lie?
Yeah, was Big Kyle trained to lie?
Well,
I believe it.
it's note 2, but yes, you see that the note reveals that Big Kyle is actually an exceptional liar.
Okay, then why didn't he lie to us just now?
Oh, well.
Because I'm trying to stay alive.
Okay.
And
But if the
That's what they
upstairs
always
Kyle, if upstairs Wet Kyle knew about the mermaid's tier,
Who trained him to lie?
As you guys are pondering this situation, you see Onfroy is standing there like with you, piecing all of this together, and he goes, "Wait, I have an idea!" And he pulls out the key that has been like giving you guys these visions, and he says, he says, this has been giving us visions of the past, right? Maybe we can cross-reference something we learn with a vision we may be able to find. And so he holds up the key, and with kind of the intention to figure out if, like, the relevancy of Big Kyle lying, he looks through it, and can you hit the animation for deception?
The animation for
Did you-
deception.
There's
yes,
like
sorry.
one of the overlays, yeah.
Here it comes.
And you guys have this vision.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Big Kyle, I must say, what you lack in other areas, you make up for in mine. Just remember, the more vulnerable you appear, the more likely people are to believe you.
The more vulnerable you appear,
The more likely people are to believe you.
to get to believe you.
Okay, well that would make me feel like Wet Kyle made himself extremely vulnerable by falling off of a boat
And
and
almost
swimming
dying.
around in the ocean for 3 days.
Yeah.
And also,
What is
I
the
really
vulnerable
don't buy
spot?
this story of I fell off the boat while cleaning. Like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, it's like no soap is that slippery.
I feel like I'm still leaning towards
Yeah.
kill both of these guys.
Yeah, do we need them?
I really don't know.
Should
like,
we ask
are
them
they-
why we
Do
should
whatever
keep them
you
alive?
want.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should have them
Yeah.
try to explain why we should keep them alive.
Yeah. Why should
Okay.
why should we keep you alive?
Great question.
So you're still next to Dry Kyle, and Dry Kyle scribbles down. I left. Let's see, what does he scribble down? I'll be loyal to you from here on out. Like, I can do whatever you want. I have skill sets. I can just be an asset. You just need to tell me what to do.
Means a lot coming from the guy who just admitted to being a well-trained liar and lying to us.
And leaving his best friend and bleeding from the foot.
Like an idiot.
And also, like, what have you done for us so far?
Yeah. Can we like count?
Should we
can
make
do a
them-
pros and cons list?
Should we make
He
them
did.
fight?
Fight to the death. The true
Should we
Kyle
make the Kyle
prevails.
fight?
Yes. Trial by combat.
Trial by
Trial by
Dry
combat.
Kyle.
Trial by Kyle.
Dry Kyle hears
Trial
you
by
talking
Kyle.
about this, and he's like, yeah. Because the other Kyle, Wet Kyle, is like very emaciated
Oh
and weak
yeah,
from
that's
his.
true. That's not really a
Let's give Wet Kyle a weapon.
Or we could shoot Dry Kyle in the other foot, so he has 2 bum feet.
So it evens out that way. Yeah,
Give
okay.
Wet Kyle a spear.
That feels pretty fair.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you want to
Dry
do?
Kyle wet.
Oh, that's interesting.
That will even the odds.
Push him overboard and bring him back
Would
on.
the true liar bleed
Yeah,
this much
2
after
days.
being shot?
I mean, they're both bleeding a whole
They
lot.
are both bleeding a lot.
And one's
it
a
seems.
ghost, so that's concerning.
There was this idea that we sort of glazed over about trying to corroborate the stories with the visions.
Yeah.
Maybe something to do with the time of day that
Or voice or
that
anything.
Kyle
Alex-
was cleaning.
Go ahead.
No, go.
Alexander
please.
perks up and says, I think you're onto something, Nomeo. And he holds up the key again, looking at Dry Kyle, but this time with the intention, he's wondering, like, you said, or other Kyle said that you fell off the ship. And he kind of looks through the key with that intention. And can you play Fall for me?
Yes.
So you have this vision.
That's weird. I've never seen that before. Is it going?
Okay, so
Okay,
that
did
was
not
the
sound like
mermaid's
guy
tear.
cleaning.
That was the mermaid's tear because it was glowing when I stole it from him in the bunk.
Yeah, I should clarify, and this is probably my fault, but The mermaid's tear has this like general glow, but you get the sense from this vision that it was reacting more powerfully to something, like it was like
cleaning agent.
kind of like sure, yeah.
Like when you put ammonia and bleach in something, and it just kind of Men in Black's your brain.
Hold on.
Yeah. Yeah.
If there's two Kyles, maybe there's two Tears.
That's a great point. Where's his tear? Where's Wet Kyle's tear? Where's Wet Kyle's tear?
Where's your mermaid's tear, Wet Kyle?
He looks confused and he writes down, "You have it, don't you?"
Wait, so this vision that we saw was...
Yes.
Someone fell off a boat.
Someone fell off a boat after saying, "I've never seen it do that before."
Yes.
It's glowing.
As if it was reacting to something.
And how would Wet Kyle know that we have it?
Yeah, why would Wet Kyle know we had it?
That's a good question. You can ask him now.
Yeah, I'll trust him.
Why?
How did you know that,
Wet Kyle's a demon. Wet Kyle's a demon.
You asked me about it. I presume you know, or I presume you have it. You have this
No.
imposter, Big Kyle.
When's the last time you saw it? How would it get to our boat?
He writes down. This fake Big Kyle must have taken my place, and took my mermaid's tear.
What do you mean taken your place?
He writes down
Did we ever
when
know
I.
you?
What do you mean?
I mean, if he just got on our boat, would he know who we are?
Nope.
I say we just kill this guy. He doesn't know who we are.
Yeah, I'm yet to see any benefit in keeping them. I mean, the only thing that they have, either of them has said that they can benefit us is that they'll be a quote-unquote loyal crew member, but presumptively they've been a loyal crew member this whole time and they've done jack shit.
Yeah, pirates are pretty easy to sway to get more crew. If one of these fuckers is a ghost, we could just kill them both and find someone else.
Right.
Wet Kyle hears you talking.
If you like need an extra body, or if this is like
Do
totally
we need
fine.
to make Nick be another character?
We've already killed two. That's fine. Wet Kyle hears you talking about this and writes down, "I don't want to be part of your crew. I just want to get to land."
Cool. Let's throw him a raft. Hopefully that'll help him get to land.
Wait. Wet Kyle, have you seen either Nomeo or Nomeo 2? Just out of curiosity.
Or played the Nomeo video game?
Yeah, or have you played the Nomeo game?
He says, "No, I was pretty focused on being a guard."
Alright, let's kill this guy.
Are we just gonna like fire squad these dudes off the boat? What if we just threw them both overboard? Like we don't have to murder them, but we can just throw them both overboard, right?
Yeah. I want to know what this mermaid tear does though, and why it's here, and why it's been.
It seems like neither of them know.
Well,
Yeah,
it's just like. Did it glow? Was it the mermaid's tear that was glowing? Was that what made him fall off the boat? Let's ask him about
Yeah,
that.
why
Let's
did
ask
he
him about
fall
the
off the
Yeah.
boat?
Yeah, why'd you
He
fall-
said he
More
slipped, but is
detailed
there like
account of how he fell off the boat?
Yeah, which Kyle do you want to ask?
Wet Kyle?
Wet Kyle.
Yeah, Wet Kyle.
Okay. Wet Kyle says, "I thought I saw something in the water." And you remember that when you picked him up, he said that he thought he had seen like a siren and was like enticed kind of forward. Like if you're sitting in a harness on a rope and you just like lean too far forward and it's loose, you know, and you fall out.
Wait, okay.
Whip forward.
I have
Never seen it do that before.
Isn't that exactly what the evil ghost Kyle would do? Isn't that like the thing that the ghost guys do, is that they lure sailors into the water to eat them? So theoretically, couldn't real Kyle have been the ghost that was in the water? Or not real Kyle, I should say, dry Kyle.
No,
Maybe
Dry
dry Kyle was in the water, he was the siren that enticed wet Kyle to jump in. And then dry Kyle, if he's a ghost and has magic, he could have just like come back to our boat or something. I don't know, it just seems like that description of like seeing a siren-y type figure in the
Yeah.
water, it seems like the exact description that we got of what the evil Kyle would do.
Huh. Yeah. Just a tiny taste says, what do the notes say about the mermaid tier? Do we have any notes on the mermaid tier from Lady Buff's notebook?
You do not. Let me see if I made anything. You don't have any notes, so you don't have any like information on this thing. And I'll say right now, it's not particularly important what this thing does. It's more about Big Kyle's relationship to the tier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we take the tier and like mush it up against Kyle's face and see if anything happens?
Yeah, I like that plan.
Okay, which Kyle?
Start with Wet Kyle.
Wet Kyle.
Okay. You pull out the mermaid's tear, and he looks kind of like vindicated when you have it. And you mush it up against his face, and it reacts. It begins to like glow more significantly.
Now should we mush it up against Dry Kyle?
Let's go to Dry Kyle.
Yeah.
Okay. You do the same with Dry Kyle, and nothing seems to happen.
Okay.
It seems to just kind of stay static.
Let's make the two Kyles kiss.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You want to make the two Kyles?
Marta, why do you want to do that, Marta?
I don't know, maybe something will happen. Maybe one will like disintegrate or something because they're touching each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
You bring them both out onto deck, and they look very uncomfortable. And you guys are like, kind of like, do it, and they like, kind of awkwardly
Kiss, 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 kiss.
Watch my movies.
Oh! And neither of them seems very happy about it, and they both kind of like hobble away from each other after they do it.
What, you're telling me they don't want to kiss themselves? They've never been even slightly curious?
When we pressed the tier up to Wet Kyle, was he like?
Yes.
Was he like into it, or was he like, "Ow, this hurts"?
No, he didn't seem to react to it that much. He just seemed more excited that you were handing him the tier. He seemed like very happy to be in proximity to it for a moment.
Can we hold the tier up to each? Can we smush the tier into each of our heads, faces?
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
You do that.
And then I do it.
Nothing seems to happen.
And now I'm gonna try.
Nothing seems to happen.
And now I'm gonna go.
Nothing seems to happen.
I'll take a go. Yes, thank you.
Nothing seems to happen.
All right, Mark.
Okay.
You try kissing both of the Kyles.
Well, okay, no. If we're human
What if we all
and the
kiss
mermaid
Kyle?
tier didn't react to anything on us, then by that logic, the Kyle that the thing didn't react to would also be human.
That checks out to me. This mermaid tier is only unless it's like the mermaid tier is powered up by like some sort of bond.
Connection.
Yeah, and not, you know.
Oh, like
it
the
doesn't-
Avatar, like ponytails?
Yeah, kinda. I guess so.
Can we consult the book about boys?
Yes.
Yeah. You oh man, so it's note 5. I'm debating.
I'm sorry
whether or
about
not-
these notes, Nick.
No, it's okay. It actually
baked
doesn't matter too much. You've pretty much hit. It's funny. You've hit every note except for the first one at this point. But let's see. Yeah. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and give you all the notes.
Yay!
And then because there's still
Thank you.
you can still reference them with like there's still a few more visions that will hopefully kind of
Okay.
lead more webs.
Okay. Should I pull up
so you
the
can go
full
ahead
note
and-
sheet then?
Yeah, you can go ahead and do the full note sheet.
Notes revealed.
Poor swimmer. Exceptional capacity to lie. Extensive artifact knowledge. Okay. Cleans ship for 2 hours starting at 9 a.m. Extreme loyalty to Boyce. Fell off ship while cleaning. Okay. If he has extreme loyalty to Boyce, that stands to reason that Dry Kyle wouldn't have left him.
Poor swimmer
Poor
would not
swimmer.
would mean that he would not probably be able to survive for days out in the
More
water.
than a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if he has a good capacity to lie, but also artifact knowledge, why would Wet Kyle have told us about the mermaid's tier if he was trying to lie to us?
I agree.
Let's throw Dry Kyle overboard.
Let's throw them both overboard. Yeah.
Yeah, if we throw them both
Okay.
overboard, we can
Yeah.
see which one is a
Okay.
poor swimmer.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's make them race.
you,
One of them is like tired though, I guess, so it's
Yeah.
kind of hard.
you want to throw them both overboard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess they
you
both
line-
have foot injuries, but whatever.
you line them up to kind of throw them overboard, and both of them look very hesitant. They kind of like a cat when you're trying to like put it in a bath. And Dry Kyle says no, please, I hate the water. And Wet Kyle says, I've been surviving at sea for 3 days. Don't do this.
How
so
would
they're
you
both
survive
resisting.
For 3 days if you could swim?
Mm-hmm.
He like kind of nods like good question, and he writes down driftwood.
I don't remember any
I don't remember.
driftwood.
Okay. Push it.
He hears you say that, and then he writes down again. Lost it this morning. Lost it before dawn in the waves. And
Convenient.
yeah,
Okay. Should I push him?
you want to push him?
I'm just thinking like, what will we learn from this necessarily? Like, if they both
If they both
they
drown.
both are bad at swimming.
Yeah.
I was thinking it would be like a fight or flight thing where it's like if they have a desire to survive and one of them knows how to swim, like the ghost one, then he'll use it.
Well, the only thing that didn't line up for Wet Kyle was the poor swimmer, but if he found driftwood, then that means everything lines up for him and nothing really lines up for
Human Kyle.
For Dry Kyle.
Dry Kyle except for the blind part. Because he doesn't know about the artifact, he didn't clean our ship, he did
No,
betray.
he did. He did know about the artifact. He told us he was lying to us because he was a good liar.
Right. Okay, let's ask him more about the artifact then.
Okay. What do you want to ask him?
Dry Kyle. Tell us more about this, Dry Kyle.
Okay. He writes down. I knew it was powerful and it was a gift from Boyce, so I lied to keep you from taking it from me, which
But what
obviously
does it
didn't
do?
work.
Yeah.
He writes down it's a crafting material that you can use to make different things.
That's what the other one's.
Alright, let's separate him real quick again.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask Wet Kyle about my necklace that changes me into a young woman, and ask him if he knows what it is.
Okay, that's a good thought. You go ahead and ask Wet Kyle about this necklace that you have, and he kind of inspects it, and he says he like nods and he writes down Amulet of Aging, which is what it is, and like gives the details on like that it will make you young for a short amount of time with a limited number of uses.
Okay. Now let's go ask Dry Kyle about it.
Okay. Dry Kyle writes down the same thing, so he gives the same answer.
Hey, while we're with Dry Kyle, what are your duties on your old boat? Can you describe?
He writes-
Can you just walk us through a day in the life?
Dry Kyle writes down that he, his duties are to clean the ship in the morning, and then like that's his main duty, and the rest of the time he just serves as a personal guard to the Lady Bluff. So like
What
standby
time, though,
kind of.
do you clean specifically, Dry Kyle?
He writes down 9 a.m.
Bastard.
I like Sadville's pointing out an interesting theory. Is there any way to test their lying capacity? You can ask the Kyles how old they think Marta is and see which is a better liar.
Like that.
Yeah, how do we test their lying capacity? We could try and catch them.
Voice.
One of them said they hadn't seen your movies, so we could ask you we could ask them how good of an actor you are.
Oh yeah, Wet Kyle is the one who said that he had not seen my movies. Should we ask Dry Kyle if he's seen any of my movies?
Yeah.
All right, Dry Kyle, have you seen either of the Nomios?
He kind of looks perplexed and writes, "No, we don't get a lot of movies in the Lady Bluff Tower." So that's a cool sound.
Bronx, you're going robot.
You activated Robo Mode. We've activated Robo Bronst.
Oh boy.
You might want to just try to reconnect.
Fucking
Oh my
Robo Bronx.
god.
That's gonna show up later.
No.
No, you are
Still
still
bad.
Robo Bronst.
You gotta end
You
the
might
call
have to end
and
the call and
reconnect.
come back in.
That was so terrifying.
Yeah, it's really collaborative.
Logging off.
It is. It's gonna.
5, 4, 3, 2, commencing.
Santa, yeah, this
Robot
happened.
Santa.
This happened when he was Santa.
Oh my god.
Exterminate.
Really, really terrifying.
So I'm gonna give you guys like kind of one more general sweep at trying to find more information, and then I think
Okay.
I'm gonna have Alexander chime in with a clue.
Okay, wait, I like
got
just
this.
I like just a tiny take on it. Okay, stay with me here. Separate them again. Ask one of them why the mermaid's tear glows. The one that indicates the other as the imposter is the imposter. I gotta think about that for a second.
Yeah, what do you mean when you say that the one that indicates the other? Like, why would they?
So like if Dry Kyle was like Wet Kyle's the imposter, then Dry Kyle would be the imposter, but why?
What does one of them being an imposter have to do with the tear glowing
glowing.
necessarily? I guess is what I don't understand.
Unless it's reacting to lies.
Ooh. Put the tear
feel like
next
they
to
were
your
both.
head and tell a lie. One of us. Do I sound like a robot still?
No,
No,
you
you're
sound
good.
great.
Much better now.
Very cool. Thank you.
I feel like they both checked off all of these boxes on both on the notes.
Except Wet Kyle glows when the tear's next to him.
Right.
The one who wants to hide the true function of the glowing is probably Big Kyle. Okay, if they're a liar.
Okay.
Yeah. 'cause
Let's
they're-
try it.
Okay, yeah, we'll go with that.
So we're with Drag Kyle right now, so
Yeah.
we'll ask them. Wait, we already asked them
Why?
why it glows, and they said it's just. Or no, we haven't asked them why it glows.
Yeah, we asked them what it does. So if we ask them why it glows,
Two.
yeah.
Yeah, we could ask like should we just tell them like?
Well, didn't
we
Wet
know
Kyle
this to
not
Wet
know
Kyle?
why it why it glowed when we put it next to him? He was just happy that it was glowing, like it was connected to him.
Yeah, he was just happy to like have the tear in his possession
Okay.
for a moment.
If you think glowing means he's fake, ask the non-glowing one why it glows.
Let's
Yes,
bring him.
Both of them.
Let's bring them together and let's show other Big Kyle, or let's show Dry Kyle that it glows when it's around Wet Kyle.
Wait, but if they
Should we-
both know, then they can both just lie.
Yeah,
Like,
so
they
let's
can both
ask
just
them.
Say,
Let's ask them separate first, and then we can bring them out and do that. Does that make sense?
Getting mad. I like this roasting idea.
Yeah, Tommy Davis brings up a great
start
idea.
roasting Big Kyle.
We roast the
I
fuck
do
out of
like
Big
that
Kyle.
idea too.
Yeah. Hey Kyle, you're small.
You're not even that big.
Pretty medium-sized of you, Kyle.
Yeah.
They both simultaneously kind of like silently go like, "Hey!"
Damn it.
They both get offended. All right, I think let's do this line of questioning about why the glowing happens, but
Okay.
we should separate them first, just so
Yeah.
that they can't hear each other's answers. So we separate them, and we'll start with Dry Kyle, and we ask Dry Kyle, if we touched this thing to somebody and it started glowing, what would that mean?
He writes not sure concentration of magic ? Because it's a magical artifact, so maybe reacting to more magic.
Okay.
Interesting.
The rest of the ingredients for the stew. All right, Wet
Let's
Kyle.
go ask
All right, Wet Kyle, same question.
Wet Kyle writes down.
Did he get way quieter for you just now?
Yeah.
Wet Kyle writes down. Not sure. Maybe because I have a bond with it.
Okay.
I kind of
Alright,
like
I'm ready
that.
for a clue.
I'm ready for a clue.
Okay, Alexander, pondering all of this, steps in and says, he brings you guys to Dry Kyle to ask him a question, and asks him about falling off of the ship. And Dry Kyle confirms that he did fall off the ship, and Alexander then asks, how did you get back on the ship? And Dry Kyle writes down,
I just
voice.
lost him.
Yeah, so did I.
Okay.
Nick, we just lost you.
Hold on, Nick, we just lost Sydney and I lost audio.
I didn't lose you, Nick.
We're in it, baby.
No, I think we'll
Yeah,
both
dude,
know
you and me.
probably
Fuck these
'cause,
guys. All right, keep going.
We can unravel the
I
mystery
don't think we're
together.
charged fully.
Oh, were they the new ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Weird.
Okay.
Stand by.
Well,
Stand by. That's
Standing
great
by.
if the stream can still hear you, but we cannot.
so
Yeah.
while the stream can still hear me, I'll just kind of give a recap of all the
I have
information we
my
have so
headphones
far.
also that I think are charged, but we'd have
Can
to
you
So-
guys hear me?
pair them.
You
Here,
guys
I'm just gonna let them know in the chat that I'm gonna give them.
They can't hear me either. Yeah.
I can hear you guys.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
gonna recap for the chat
Oh.
all the information that we
Yeah, I
have while
just
you guys are
got it.
doing this.
Hey.
Oh, nice. Love that. Love,
Okay,
love
so
that for us.
chat. Here's what we know.
We were testing
we have
out
all the
new
notes.
wireless headphones so that we
Sorry.
didn't get echo in the studio that you guys could hear. But they all just died, so
Hey.
it was great while it worked.
Okay, so
Mine
for
is
the
still
chat,
charged.
here's all the information that we
Do you wanna
have so
give,
far. All the notes that you see on
me
the
one
right
and then
side.
Jake can use his.
Oh man, I wish they would be quiet for a moment.
I know.
It's okay.
It's hard to...
So all the notes that you have on the right side, the real Big Kyle is a poor swimmer, has an exceptional
Stand by.
capacity to lie, knows about artifacts, is loyal to
You can
Boyce,
just mute us
fell off
for
the
right
ship
now,
when
and we can
cleaning,
turn up
and
the-
cleans the ship in 2 hours in the morning.
Thanks.
So the answers that the wet Kyle has given to these questions are as follows. To account for the poor swimmer, wet Kyle said that he found driftwood to survive, and it is not completely unreasonable, right? And that he lost the driftwood in the waves just before the morning dawn. He acknowledges that, he can lie, but has had no reason to so far. He admitted to knowing what the artifact was. He presumably has admitted to cleaning the ship, though it didn't really come up. He did admit to falling off the ship, and he hasn't really referenced his loyalty to Boyce. Dry Kyle accounts for these in the following ways. Poor swimmer, not relevant because he hasn't been in the water and did not want to go in when they threatened to throw him in. Exceptional capacity to lie. He has stated that, obviously, he did lie about knowing what the artifact was, and then extensive artifact knowledge. He did know what the artifact was. He admits to cleaning the ship and falling off of it. And his claim of loyalty to Boyce, even though he left Boyce, was that he protected this gift that Boyce gave him by lying from being stolen from him. So far, both Big Kyles have some kind of account for each of these things. There are a few. Let's see. So you've seen the vision of the real Big Kyle's recruiter teaching him or telling him that he lies very well. You've seen the vision of the real Big Kyle falling off of the ship, though you don't know exactly when he fell off of the ship or how presumably some form of Big Kyle was brought back onto the ship. The claim by Wet Kyle is that when he fell off of the ship, his imposter took his place on the ship, and the claim by Dry Kyle is that he was rescued and brought back onto the ship. So hopefully, I know that's a lot of information, but hopefully you're kind of starting to put together all of these things.
Can you hear me, Nick?
Yes, I can hear you.
I have a plan that I'd like to pitch. Oh, are we back? Sounds like we're back.
No, sorry, I just unmuted us for 1 second, but you go ahead, Rock. I'm
Okay.
gonna remute us.
Cool. Well, I have a plan I wanted to pitch. Let's put a bag
Hit me.
over Onfroy or Alexander Crisp's head and bring him out and say, hey, Big Kyles, we got Boyce up in here, and if you don't tell us who's the real Big Kyle, we're going to shoot his fucking head off. And then maybe, if we're convincing enough, we could draw out the fake Kyle, maybe, just because to see their
Okay.
real loyalty to Boyce or whatever. Just a pitch. Dadville basically did something similar to this, so I'm just like, kind of bouncing. Anyway.
I like where you're thinking. I do think Dry Kyle would figure out pretty quickly that you don't have Boyce on board, given that. But I here's what I'll say, Alexander, or I can just suggest it. I think the key is going to be the key that you guys have. Oh, so for chat and for Bromst at the moment, and I'll fill them in when they get back. But the other way that you can cross-reference some of this information is with the visions from the key that will provide a little bit more info. So you've found 2 of the visions so far, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4 more visions, and each of these visions. Whoa! I just opened something on my thing. Each of these visions references in some way the notes that you see on the side of the screen. So basically, you guys can just pick one of those notes and get a vision to reference those, and hopefully with that information you should be able to find out the real Big Kyle's identity.
Which ones have you heard so far?
You have heard the one referencing his exceptional capacity to lie, and the fact that he fell off the ship. So number 2 and number 6.
Cool. Also, we don't have any more do we have any more transforming juice, or do we only have Marta's de-aging juice?
You only have Marta's de-aging juice.
Okay, cool. All right. I was going to say then we can probably convince Dry Kyle, but alas. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like the idea of listening to more of these visions, and then we can kind of work off of those.
Cool. I don't think you guys can't hear us, right?
No, we can hear you. We just have
you can. Okay.
Right now. Yeah, we heard all of that.
Okay. Cool.
We're just trying to figure out how to get these mics set up, but I like the idea of bringing out an anonymous body and saying that it is Boyce. I also think that we can do something with this 2-hour not start at 9 a.m. corroboration, because that was another bit of information you said we were missing, Nick, right? Is what time the Kyle fell off the boat, right?
Yeah, so if you could actually, there's a map PNG on there that you can hit, and I will describe to you what the information on it is. Yes, so as you can see, there's a yellow line and a red line. The yellow line is your guys' path. Hey, what's up? Thank you for the follow. The red line is the path of the Lady Bluff's ship between the Spine Islands and the Freeman's Canyon, which is the Freeman's Canyon is where her home base is. So presumably so far you have figured out that at some point, either on the way to the Spine Islands or on the way back from, Big Kyle fell off of the ship at some point along that route. And it worked. Yeah. So that's like the route that he fell off on. Yes. I don't know if I want to feed you anymore quite yet. And then I think, I don't know if you guys also heard, but there are more visions for each of the notes on the side of the screen.
Do you have a preference on which one you want to get first?
How do we access the visions?
You can just tell me. It's like holding up, looking through the key. Again, asking for specific key information. But if you say okay, we want to see a vision. You've already seen the lying one, but if before you were I want to know, more details about his capacity to lie, and you would have had that vision of his trainer being hey, you can lie really well.
So, do I understand it right that the notes correspond with the visions? There's a corresponding vision for each note?
Pretty much, yes.
I think we should check out this vision about the ship cleaning for 2 hours starting at 9 a.m.
So, my bad. That is actually the only one that doesn't have a direct correspondence. But so that's my fault. But there is a vision to fill in that gap. That would reference. Let's see. There's a vision that gives information on that, but it's you'll have to ask about one of the other notes to get that.
Okay.
It has to do with
Just a tiny taste is suggesting that maybe we ask about the vision concerning the artifact knowledge.
I'm happy to
Sounds
show you
good.
all of them. I put a lot of work into them, so.
We'll do them all, but let's start with the artifact knowledge, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and hit I think it should be knowledge. AM.
Oh man, I really don't like being in the Lady Bluff study like this, but I gotta know what this thing's called. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. Huh. It looks like it's called a mermaid's tear?
So I don't know if that gives you any more info than you have already, but
So he knew what it was called, but both Kyles knew what it was called. The other one
Yes.
just was lying to us.
yes. And the other, Dry Kyle claimed to lie to be protecting it from, he claimed to be lying about it because of his loyalty to Boyce.
Fire up that voice vision.
Thank you, you will
Yeah.
never escape.
Entering voice vision. Thank you, Donnie Davis.
Hey!
Thank
Shakin,
you for
what's
the
up,
sub,
man?
friend.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead
You
and
know
play advice, advice.
Come on, man. I mean, Lady Bluff's not so bad. But I guess if you ever did leave, just hold on to that necklace, okay? Protect it. I have a feeling it's pretty valuable.
That was
Necklace.
Boyce?
Okay, what necklace is he talking about? And who is talking there?
That he's talking about. That's Boyce talking about the mermaid's tear.
Okay.
Probably could have made that clear.
Well, so far, Dry Kyle's the only one who's like really made it clear that it was because of Boyce that he kept it a secret. Maybe. I'm still on the train of Wet Kyle is evil, Dry Kyle is a dumbass, but he's real. But I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree just because the details that we've gotten from Dry Kyle he's checked the loyalty to Boyce box, he's checked the exceptional capacity to lie box. Horse swimmer we don't really know yet, but he seemed scared to jump in the water. I mean, I guess we could still test that out.
Alexander's gonna step in and say, I have one more question. And he like separates the two big Kyles and asks them both individually, when did you fall off the ship? And Wet Kyle writes on the return journey from the Spine Islands, and Dry Kyle writes on the way to the Spine Islands. And Alexander finds this very interesting because but each of those claims, that's the first answer that you've gotten from them that is very like different. And Alexander points out that each of those claims serves their narratives. So Wet Kyle is claiming he fell off on the way back to the Spine Islands, which would line up with him being able to survive that amount of time in the water. Whereas Dry Kyle is claiming that he fell off on the way to the Spine Islands, which would devalidate Wet Kyle's ability to survive. And so Alexander then suggests that you need to figure out some way to determine which of those answers is correct, because they're different answers. And so whichever of those answers is correct probably points to the real big Kyle.
How long does that journey take? Is there a way that we can match up what time of day each of those events might have taken place?
Yes. I don't want to feed it to you. But let's see. How do I want to?
Like if
making mysteries is hard.
I'm trying to think like if it was on the way to the Spine Islands, maybe that would make it be more like in the morning. If it was like a day, I'm trying to remember time of day, but like it would stand to reason that like on the way to would be earlier in the morning, and on the way back would be later at night. Is that true?
Not necessarily. It's a multi-day journey each way. Alexander was asking how Dry Kyle claims that he got back on the boat, and Wet Kyle claims that that's when the imposter took over. And so there is there is a vision that references how both claim that Boyce tried to rescue him, and there is a vision that references that.
I think Poor Swimmer is probably the next one.
Fire it up.
We should listen to this.
Okay.
Another vision.
I'm just gonna feed you the two visions here. So first, I'll give you run the swim one.
Recruit Big Kyle. Your swimming review is poor. I don't think you'd last more than a couple minutes in the sea. So if you fall in, I'll recommend you find some driftwood and you find it fast.
Interesting. The drifter comes back up.
So there's that, and then I think the final. Let's see. Yeah, the final vision will be if you want to play saving.
Oh no! BK fell in! Hang on, buddy. I'm coming. I'll shoot you a rope, okay? Let me just aim. Oh man, I can't see.
But did he actually catch the rope to get back on board is the question.
It sounded like he had some issues there.
Alexander chimes in and asks, in that vision, Boyce says that he can't see. I wonder what was interrupting his vision.
Oh, well, okay, I have a theory here. If you can't see, maybe it's because it's dark, which would mean it's nighttime, which would mean that it's not between the hours of 9 a.m. and 11 a.m.
Good thought. However, both Big Kyles have claimed that they fall off while they were cleaning the ship. So neither of them claims to have fallen off differently.
Yeah, is it referencing the siren thing that White Kyle saw, maybe? As Daddy points out.
I feel like I may have made this a little too tricky.
No, I love it. This is cool. I feel like I'm playing like a point-and-click adventure game.
Alexander chimes in again and asks. Wait, actually, before I give you that clue, I wanted to make sure.
He's like a video game character who's trying to tell you, like, if you're stuck, consider looking for ladders. Or like, the red barrel. Like, oh, God.
Do you need some help with that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No
Alexander's our owl from Legend of Zelda, who just shows up to tell you what to do next in the game.
Listen. That's not the owl, but
that's Navi.
I know. And it's not V.
Sorry. Hey, listen.
Listen.
Let's see. Before I give you this game, I want to make sure I get it right and don't confuse anybody.
Hi, Marta.
Okay, so Dry Kyle says that he fell off on the way to the Spine Islands. Wet Kyle says that he fell off on the way back from the Spine Islands. I would recommend pulling up the map again for a visual reference because it's important.
Yeah.
And Alexander questions them a little bit more about their falling off of the ship, and they both say they fell off the front of the ship while they were cleaning. And so the only difference is which direction the ship was heading when they fell off. And I will tell you that that is the key piece of information here.
Okay, can you repeat like the who fell off when thing again? Sorry.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give you the info, and then we're gonna play the saving animation again. And yes, someone may be onto it right now. So both claim.
So in the morning the sun's in the east. So if he can't see, the sun might be in his eyes. So
that could be something.
That could be something.
Then on the way.
But the ship you have Oh, okay. So if it's headed to the Spine Islands, it's heading east. And if it's heading back to home base, it's going to be in the west. So, okay. So it had to have been on the way to the Spine Islands that he couldn't see because the sun would be in his eyes.
I'm not gonna just feed it to you, but that seems to line up pretty well.
So, which Kyle was thrown off on the way to the Spine Islands again?
Dry Kyle is claiming to have been thrown off on the way to the Spine Islands.
Okay, so Dry Kyle's our guy. He's real. And
I think
then Wet
His
Kyle's
story
the
is
ghost?
lining up.
Okay. So Wet Kyle's the ghost.
Yes.
Should I shoot him?
Well, if he's a ghost, is he gonna die?
Can you murder?
I mean, the one maybe useful thing to keep Wet Kyle alive is he seems to have some sort of connection with this tier, and I don't know if like we need him for some reason or if there's any significance to keeping him around because he seems to have some sort of connection with the tier.
Should we just keep him locked up, or if he's a ghost, can he just like go through it?
Yeah, do we know what, regardless of which Kyle is the ghost, do we kind of have a general idea of what his powers are?
Yeah, so you have solved the puzzle. Well done. And Sadville, fucking way to go, man.
Yeah, that was only because of Sadville.
Thank you, Sadville.
Thank you, Sadville.
So you don't know for sure that it's a ghost. This is the rumor, is that these are ghosts that transform into people, but it's definitely like a sailor's myth, hearsay. So you don't, like, nobody actually knows that is what's happening. In the D&D universe, there are plenty of monsters that can shapeshift and like all sorts of different things. So it might be a ghost, it might be some other kind of sea creature that is like shapeshifting. But generally, the one thing that you do know is that generally whatever it is that is shapeshifting tends to lure sailors to isolated spots to like devour them, and sailors are never seen again. So far, Wet Kyle still thinks that he has pulled a ruse over on you. So you can, and the tier does seem to be reacting to him probably from what Dry Kyle said of like a magical artifact coming up against a concentration of magic. Which also would mean that when Dry Kyle fell in, the tier was reacting because whatever this thing was swam presumably underneath him or like floated by in some kind of capacity to make the thing react. So it might be possible that this thing has tried before to take this place, but failed last time. Does all of that make sense? Because I know there's a lot going on, so please, okay. So yeah, you can. I'll leave it to what you want to do.
You want to kill him?
I think let's kill the Wet Kyle.
Yeah. Okay.
Do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Anyone want to do the honors?
You've got.
Can we all do it at the same time somehow? Or just shoot him? It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot him.
I think Skipjack's gonna shoot him. Skipjack's got the gun.
Do you want to like?
I'm gonna say something really quick though. I'm gonna say, two big Kyles stand before me. Unfortunately, only one big Kyle can move on to the next round. And then I'm just gonna shoot Wet Kyle. Okay. For any of you who don't know, because you're all boys, that's how every episode of America's Next Top Model goes.
Thank you.
Okay. Can you go ahead and make an attack roll?
Good work.
And I'll give you advantage since you're like, got the drop on him.
Here it goes, baby. That's a big old 13 plus 7.
Okay, that'll do it. Are you trying to like shoot him in the head, the heart, or just like blast his head off?
Let's go let's go right in the head.
Okay. You point blank, just like blow Wet Kyle's head off, and when you do, his head explodes, and as it does,
oh God! He's not much of a ghost. He seems really real.
Really goopy.
you see this shape-shifting starts to happen, and this person that has transformed into Big Kyle starts to like shape-shift into something else, and you see that it's actually what looks like a merman almost. So this body of like a mer creature falls over, now without a head and with a big ass, like it's probably the size of 1.5 of you. So it's very big, and now there's just like a dead mer body on your ship. And the real Big Kyle, Dry Kyle, looks very relieved, and just like runs up and gives you a big old hug, Skip.
No.
Stop it!
And I accidentally stepped on his
I knew the whole time!
His enchantment lifts, and he is so excited. I knew you guys could do it! Oh man! Yeah, that's what I'm talking about! And he starts to like pace, just super stoked. around the
We're gonna have to celebrate tonight by screening both Nomios in the below deck screening room.
And also eating this mermaid.
Yeah, dude!
And dibs on the first controller for the Nomio video game.
Okay.
Oh, fine.
So yes, yeah, just a tiny taste. That's true. My reasoning for the not reacting was one, I didn't think about it, so. But also two, I just figured like he's a powerful magical creature, you know. But so you have solved the identity puzzle. You know who the real Big Kyle is.
We've solved your Big Kyle puzzle.
Yeah, congratulations.
Well done. That was well made.
Thank you. Yeah, so now you guys are within very close proximity. Next episode, you are going to arrive at the Haunted Isles. Is there anything you want to do with this mer body? Do you want to like toss it overboard, or do you want to hold on to it, examine it? Or
Can we eat it?
Can we eat them?
A
Can
feast!
we?
Fuck yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right. Yeah, you guys cook up this this mer. Well, what do you want to make? Tell me what kind of food you make.
Sashimi.
Yeah, sushi, mermaid sushi.
Yeah, raw.
The real guy was the friend. Yeah, you guys make
Thank you, John David.
that Big Kyle is an
And
idea. Yeah, you guys cook up some mer sashimi and have a wonderful feast. It's a delicacy, unlike
Wait,
anything.
Can I
yeah.
can I do the onion volcano, but with scales from the tail?
Yeah.
And so I hibachi it, and then I light it on fire, and then I like flip the top into my pants.
Oh!
Whoa, skipjack.
Everyone is severely impressed with your cooking skills. So yes, with that, you're gonna arrive at the Haunted Isles next episode. But that is all for now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for dropping in.
Thank you, Nick. Another great episode.
My pleasure, as always. Expect a continuing increase in production value. I'm going to make some more videos to recap things like the details on the other crew members and the story so far. And next episode, we're going to get to play some of the rival crews for chat. So if you're in the chat, make sure to come back. Next episode will be real chat heavy at the beginning. You'll get a chance to play through some dialogue trees, which I'm excited about. And yeah, that's all for now that I've got.
Yay! Thanks for joining us,
you.
Nick. That production value and that recap video were next level.
Moving on up. Nope.
Yeah, I guess
Well, then
we'll see you for our D&D campaign in 2 weeks, and then on Sunday we have our regular show with very special
With a
guest
special
Artsy Fartsy.
Yes, so definitely come by Sunday night for a brand new regular episode of Everything Now. Join our Discord, follow us on Twitter. Who should we raid?
Yeah, who should we rate? Also, thanks for the sub, Donnie Davis, and welcome.
Yes, welcome to our new friends, new followers, and new subs.
New
Thank
pals.
you for joining us. Hopefully you stick around. Is Harry Horror?
Is Harry on?
Yeah.
Let's do Harry.
Yeah, we'll send you guys over to Harry Horror.
Tell him we say hello. I think they're talking about Pretty Boy Floyd tonight.
I think that's right. I think I saw it on Twitter.
Woo! It's so hot in here.
Oh, I can only imagine. Hot as hell.
Those are both songs.
That studio got light.
All right, here we go. We're gonna send you.
All right, folks. Thank you for joining us tonight. We will see you on Sunday.
Sunday. Sunday.
Ready to draw.
Sunday.
Goodbye.
Bye.